This episode is in collaboration with James Mole's Running Coaching. James has been coaching experienced runners and those getting into running for over 7 years, from weekly and monthly session planning, advice on nutrition and race day prep, as well as strength sessions specific to runners. James offers a wide range of services to help support you to be the best runner you can be. For more information, visit James Mole's Running Coaching on socials.
Welcome to episode 119 of the Local Runners Podcast. It's a podcast by runners for runners, and we're your hosts. I'm Sean Morgan.
I'm Dave Norman.
I'm Callum Parkinson.
And I'm Katie Kay. So we had the exciting announcement of our new ambassadors recently. So thanks to everyone who applied, and sorry we couldn't pick everyone. We had some great applications, didn't we? And obviously if we could pick everybody, we would. But we narrowed it down to 6 new ambassadors. So we've got James Hartshorn of East Cheshire Harriers, Claire Finch also of East Cheshire Harriers, Rachel Horrocks of Hyde Village Striders, James Moles of Charlton, Cara Taylor of Mosley, and Leo Loughran of Bellevue. So we tried to make sure that we had a kind of representation, didn't we, of different runners, faster runners, you know, more mid-pack runners, people from different clubs,
well.
just
different disciplines,
different age groups, sex. So tried to just make sure that we had that kind of true representation. So yeah, apologies to those that did apply. It was nothing kind of personal. If we could, we'd have them all. But yeah, we're looking forward to those guys being on board. So get following them on socials. They've all been posting a little bit, haven't they, about running and stuff, and they'll be sharing more as we go along.
I think as well the standard was really good. About all the applications are great, weren't they? So I wouldn't discourage those that put in this time for doing it again
in the future. Absolutely,
because they were all really good applications.
Yeah. And we originally only said about having 2.
2, yeah.
And then we ended up getting the 6, and it was difficult when we met up and discussed it. So, yeah, well done.
Yeah.
So we've got the Tameside 5K, just less than 6 weeks away now. It's on the 7th of March. It's perfect timing for setting a decent time for the relays, which isn't long after. And you can enter on nifty entries. I think we're on around about 160 for the Tameside 5K, and then we've got about 20 or 30 for the family mile. So get booked on as quick as you can, because we're hoping that it'll sell out, and we do have a limit. So the Black Night Charge as well that we're hosting with East Cheshire Harriers is on the 22nd of July. You can enter that at bucketzone.com. And we always say this, but please make sure you support local club races. There's been unfortunate things happening to local club races where they haven't been able to go ahead, so please make sure you support them clubs.
Yeah, so that is the Salford 10K, which normally takes place on Easter weekend. So unfortunately, the club has been unable to obtain the required licence from Salford Council to hold the race in 2026. The council's requested more comprehensive traffic management plan, which they've just not been able to finalise and get signed off in time to hold this year's race. So obviously, everyone at the club's really disappointed about the outcome, and totally understand how much the race means to local clubs and runners. They also know how how valued this event is in the community. So yeah, that's really disappointing for us at Salford, and something the club really heavily relies on financially as well. So what they've also said is be assured that they're continuing to work closely with Salford Council to ensure all the requirements are met, and the aim is of returning the race better than ever in 2027. So they just wanted to thank everyone also for the support of the race over the years. It's been really well appreciated. What I'd also say is how much the race means to Salford Harriers historically. Do you know what I mean? And financially, because it's probably the single biggest financial income for Salford. So I think it's really important that these club races, to Callum's point, continue. So we've got a little bit of a discussion point on this subject, which we'll get to in a bit.
It's quite unique as well, the Salford 10K, when you're all stood on the embankment waiting for traffic to stop, and then you're launched onto the road. Right, get ready, you're off.
Go.
And but I think from a safety point of view, I get it from the council, because there's been numerous times, I've done it twice, and on the lap coming up to the start-finish area, the amount of times that cars are passing you, and literally within inches of you.
Yeah.
So
it's not a closed road race.
No.
Salford 10k.
No.
That's the thing, and closing roads these days gets expensive, and I think that's how they've been able to keep the price as it is.
Yeah.
And they pick a Good Friday to do it, and Easter weekend when the roads are a bit quieter.
I wonder if they could bring it like an hour forward.
Yeah, that's something. One of the things they've so there's lots in that plan, I'm sure, that they've looked at, but I do know that moving it forward now is one of the possibilities. But you've got to get everyone on the council in the what's called the SAG group, the Safety Action Group, to agree to it, and that's where it gets difficult then, because it can be a little bit risk averse, so you need to convince them that you've got all the risk controlled, and I think that's one of the potentially what's happened there. I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fingers crossed that race comes back, because anyone that's done it will know. And I've seen loads of people saying they're gutted it's not on, because it's kind of everyone's plan to do on Easter weekend. Yeah.
Okay, so race reviews. We've got the last South East Lancs cross country match, which took place on Saturday the 17th of January at Heaton Park. It was a decent day weather-wise. It was dry, not too cold, pretty good conditions underfoot. So this was match 4. In the men's race, the winner was Michael Holness from East Cheshire Harriers in 33.20. Had an absolute stormer, Mike, in that race. He was 3 minutes clear of second place, which was Marlow Upton of Manchester YMCA in 36.29. Followed really closely by Tom McMahon from East Cheshire in 36.36. So I saw that finish and it was great. Marlow and Tom having a right battle up the hill, and Mike had finished and came back down and was trying to encourage Tom to catch Marlow up, and his YMCA kind of colleagues were at the side shouting him as well. So it was a great finish. In the women, we had Claire Barnes, as usual, storming ahead from Salford Mets in 30.58, so it's great to see Claire back. Then Rachel Marshall from Bury in second place at 31.46, and myself in third in 32.19. So that concluded the overall standings for the league. So overall, Mike Holness has won that league from East Cheshire Harriers, Tom McMahon in second place, and Paul Johnson of Bury in third. For the women, the same results as they were on the day overall. So Claire Barnes taking the win for Salford Mets, Rachel Marshall from Bury in second place, and myself in third place. For the teams overall, for the senior men, Manchester YMCA in first place, East Cheshire Harriers second, and Horwich in third. And then for the women, Salford Mets taking the win, Rochdale Harriers in second, and East Cheshire Harriers in third. So those results are team results are just for the senior men and women, but there were loads of brilliant performances across all the age groups as well. Lots of brilliant vet performances in the league, and also the young club runners as well. So you always see some real young talent coming through, which is always great to see. So that's that league finish now. So the presentation's on Friday the 13th of March. So your club should have details about how you can buy your tickets, and hopefully we'll see everybody there. And I don't know what's going to happen about the future of that league, Dave. I don't know if you've heard, but there's been rumours, haven't there? That
I haven't heard anything recently. There was rumours that it may merge with the Red Rose League at one point. I do think they're struggling for numbers a little bit. Yeah. And they're also clearly struggling for venues. Because I think...
I don't think personally it'd be a bad thing. I think when we've joined with the Red Rose League, it's not been...
The one that I ran in October at Heaton Park, the combined league, was a much better race.
Yeah. Bring some bit of diversity, doesn't it? Different
race
runners,
a few different vests as well.
But yeah.
So Brass Monkey Half Marathon was on the other weekend. It's now done by a ballot for the Brass Monkey because it sells out so fast. So if you were lucky enough to get in the ballot, the race starts at the York Racecourse, heads out into the countryside and then back. It's advertised as a flat, fast PB course. I PB'd a couple of times there previously. So the men's results were Gavin Taylor of Leeds City AC in 1:05.04. George Ravenhall was 1:06.13 from Air Centre Pacers, and Gavin Chalmers in 1:06.21 was third. In the female results, Lindsay Skinner of Off That Couch Fitness in 1:16.45. Rachel Friend of Leeds City AC was second in 1:17.24, and Jemima Elgood in 1:18.25 of Nid Valley Roadrunners. There was quite a few local runners, but just wanted to call out quite a few East Cheshires who smashed PBs to kick the year off in style. So Steve Broadbent, 1:10.17, which was a PB. Matt Smith, 1:12.36, which was a PB. I spoke to Matt that night, and he said that he couldn't believe
massive PB.
It's a big
yeah,
PB, that
it was
massive.
right.
Well, you were out partying with him the night before, Callum.
Yeah, I was partying, I was drunk, he wasn't. He was very sensible, and we went to watch Biffy Clyro together.
He's going to have to do that before every half.
Yeah,
that's it now.
But I think he said that he was up for like 22 hours that day because he starts work early in the morning. But yeah, brilliant.
Well, I saw he did a run on Strava the other day at 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Matt Smith, yeah.
And then Mark Matthews, 1:12.49, which is a PB. And then we've got Andy Sykes in 1:26.24. Andy's training for Boston, and he's doing really well at the moment. He's really getting the bug back into races, and he recently ran the Daffodil 10k yesterday. And Mike Kennedy, in 1:29.04. So well done, and well done to anyone else that ran the Brass Monkey.
I think that's the benefit of getting the ambassadors on board as well, and to just say, obviously, you did that race review in your East Cheshire, so you know what your club mates are doing, but the benefits of having the other ambassadors who are representing other clubs, hopefully they'll be able to help us out in terms of shout outs for other clubs, and that was the idea of getting some different clubs on board as well.
100%.
So,
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, we had the Northern Cross Country Champs taking place on Saturday the 24th of January at Pontefract Racecourse. It was a great day for the local area with some notable performances from the local clubs. Firstly, a huge shout out to Macclesfield Harriers. This is quite a remarkable list. They had the individual winner in the under 13, under 15 and under 17 boys races. So well done to those three champions. It was Gus Fisher, Joseph Asuji and Jake Ireland. We also had the junior women's race, some local success there, with Jasmine Wright of Salford Harriers taking an excellent silver medal. And with Sophia Reditis in 4th and Darcy Slattery in 9th, it was also a convincing team win for Salford in that race. Moving on now to the senior women's race, and it was a two-way battle between two local runners, Katie Hawkins of Salford Harriers and the inform Alice Wright of Sale, who was the winner of the most recent Manchester League. So Katie Hawkins pulled away on the final lap to take gold and lead Salford to Team Silver, with Alice Wright taking an excellent silver medal. And finally we had the senior men's race, where Salford Harriers successfully defended the team title, dominating the race with 6 runners in the first 11. I think that must be some sort of record, because that's incredible for a Northern Championships. So they were led home by Harry Wakefield in 3rd place, and Harry took the bronze medal for the 2nd consecutive year. So I'll just sum up the results of the 2 senior races. In the men's race it was Callum Johnson of Gateshead Harriers who took gold, 38 minutes 21. Angus McMillan of City of York was the runner-up in 38.57, and as mentioned it was Harry Wakefield of Salford Harriers who took the bronze medal in 39.40. The women's race, it was Katie Hawkins of Salford Harriers with that gold medal winning run, 30 minutes 15. Alice Wright with an excellent silver medal for Sale Harriers in 2nd place, 30.25. And completing the podium it was Rachel Brown of Border Harriers in 30.27.
We also had the Daffodil 10k, which returns in 2026, so it's in its 5th year, and the race is held on Close Road course in Stockport, starting at Jackson's Lane and taking in Chester, Road, Woodford Road, and a section of the A55. Beautiful scenery. Beautiful. It's certainly not the quickest of courses, though. I mean, you've done it, haven't you, Callum? It's
yeah, I didn't know it was that bumpy, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, you can see it reflected in the times, I think, can't you?
Yeah, I've done it before. It is bumpy.
Yeah. I remember it's got a little gravel down.
Yeah, you drop down onto the bypass down this gravel path. It's a little bit tricky.
Yeah.
And then when you got on the bypass, it's certainly not flat.
Yeah.
And that gravel path was muddy at some points, which I didn't know about in my brand new all white trainers.
I saw the white sock and white shoe combo. You can explain that in your training update. Well, I'm sure you'll cover your race in there. So I looked at a few people's Stravas, and it was about 250 feet of climbing. It was quite a lot in a 10k. Yeah. But it is gaining popularity year on year, and again that's sort of reflected in the numbers turning out. So in first place in the men's race we had Joe Monk of Blackburn Harriers, 31.38. Second was Joe Hedges, 32.59, and we had Jonathan Manning in third, 33.20.
Just to say about Joe Monk, he probably had that gap from about 4k. He was well ahead. And he looked so comfortable.
He won the race last year as well, so he was defending his win from last year.
Yeah. In the women's race, our previous guest Rachel Rochden-Svenskaya of Salford Harriers. I'm getting good at that now.
You are.
I'm so comfortable with it.
She needs to stop winning.
I mean, I just needed to win every week now. I'm on a roll. 37.45. And yeah, similar to the men's race, she was quite some way ahead there. Yeah, ahead of Mel Partington in second, 39.02, and Maisie Wainwright of Royton Roadrunners in third in 39.36.
So I had a message from James Hartson, one of our new ambassadors, and he just asked if we could give a shout out to a few people. So Kieran Malloy of East Cheshire ran 43.11. Dan Heaton ran 47.59. Jen Mabbott as well, she ran, I'm just trying to find it here, she ran 49.56, and Jen was racing against her sister. So I spoke to Jen when we were watching our kids at swimming, and she said, oh yeah, I'm racing on Sunday, but I'm going with my sister, and my sister's faster than me, and she won't beat me. And then at the end I said, where's your sister? She went, she's not crossed the line yet.
It's a big PB that.
Yeah, she's done really well, and she's got some super shoes that Sam's treated her to. So.
I just wanted to put a correction out as well on the Stockport Boxing Day 5k. So we made a right mess of that, didn't we?
You're right, I did.
I say the royal we. So I'll cover off the results again. It was the women's race we made a mess of. So I'll start with that actually. So in the women's race, in first place we had Claire McMurdoch of Salford Met in 18.48. Second was Kira Fraser of the University of Manchester Athletic and XC Club with a 19.08. And then in third place it was Mel Partington, 19.11, who just mentioned in the Daffodil race as well. And then just to recap on the men's, it was Sam Hill of Stockport Harriers and 16.25 in first, 16.38 for Zach Rose in second, and 16.42 for Harry Hind in third. So yeah, sorry about that. I mean, I did say power of 10's down, so we relied wrongly on Callum and AI with that, and it didn't go well.
I forgot Amelia Platt did message me as well to
thanks for the shout out.
She didn't want to take credit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good we covered it twice.
Is that the first and last time we're using AI?
Yeah.
It is.
Come on,
Proves
someone get power of 10 working again.
We got a few messages.
Okay, right, so let's move on now to training and racing. And the emphasis very much on training for me rather than racing.
Wow.
Well, at least there's some training.
Yeah, that's good.
So in the last episode, I mentioned that I was continuing to struggle with some pain in my lower calf and also in my Achilles, and wasn't really getting anywhere with it. When it first kicked off, I took a week off and I saw Duncan, and he loosened everything off with some massage. But literally, that was all we did on the day. And Duncan's been away in America for a month, so he is now back. I am due to see him soon. But last week I thought I've got to see somebody else about this because it's just dragging on and on. So I went to see Nicola Pickford, who I've seen before, from Salford Harriers, and she did a lot of tests on me, and she was pretty confident that the root cause of the Achilles and calf pain was actually the root of my hamstring, the base of my hamstring. So she was convinced this was all neural and it was coming from much further up. So she gave me some specific exercises to do twice a day, but the key take home was that it was really important to do one of those sets of exercises immediately before I ran, because that would hopefully get things activated and firing. So the first day after doing it, not really much change. But on day 2, my first pain-free run for 6 weeks, and day 3, another pain-free run. So based on those second and third runs after seeing her, I am quite confident that the diagnosis was correct, and this is a problem that's where the root cause is actually neural, and I think we may well have cracked the code.
Oh, brilliant!
Quite a bit of progress. So today I went out and I'm experimenting with different shoes that I've got in my rotation, just to see if it's any better in others. Today it was a little bit stiff around the ankle. I'm getting no pain at all in my Achilles whatsoever. Today a little bit stiff around my ankle, but she did say that as I'm doing the exercises and building my training load up, I can expect some stiffness and soreness around that ankle area. I'm hoping that there's some light at the end of the tunnel with that. It's definite progress. I would hope.
Great news that day.
Brilliant.
Yeah, thank you. Obviously no racing for me. The mileage, I'm trying to keep it sensible, so I'm still not doing a huge amount, but I did run 6 days last week, which is the most I've done since it all kicked off in the middle of December, it was my 52 miles for the week, so biggest week for 12 weeks. So yeah, just keep doing the exercises because they seem to be working, and keep slowly building up the volume, and fingers crossed I'll be at the national cross country.
Got to keep that streak going.
I'd like to think so. We'll see.
How far now?
I'm a month away.
Month away. Looking positive then.
Yeah. I think the plan of action was I don't want to go there and have it not run in spikes, so I'm gonna try and do the Cheadle Hume Park run the Saturday before, because that's a park run course that's all on grass, and I'm gonna try and do that in spikes the week before, and if I can come through that unscathed, then I think I'm good to go.
Cool.
Brilliant.
Callum, you're next.
So I'm on week 5 now of a 16-week block. So last 2 weeks, Sean commented on my training post that I put on saying there's a lot of 8s there, because it was a lot of 8 miles at 8-minute miles
and 800s.
And 800s. Yeah, eight of them. So yeah, the day after recording, there was 8 800s on the track. Did I do that? I think I did them on the track. And then I did a 4-mile tempo, and I really struggled going around Outram Road. And we started off going, and Carl Hardman came down. And for the first lap going around Outram Road, I was like, training with Carl Hardman. This is going well. And then 200 metres later I went, I'm not training with Carl Hardman anymore, and he was just off. So him and Sam went off into the distance. Carl dropped Sam after a couple of miles, but there was loads of times where I wanted to just quit because I knew I weren't hitting the pace, but I just started to slow it down from 6s to about 6:10, and as soon as I got to 6:10 it felt so comfortable, and I knew that I could just keep that pace. So I did that, and then I did my 15-mile, I did my long run on Saturday, because I was out Saturday night. I went to the Derby, got tickets to the Derby, and then went out to Biffy Clyro, and then Sunday was a hangover day, so that was good times to celebrate. So then last week was classed as a race week, so I had physio with Activate Sport Therapy on the Monday, and then I did 6 600s and then 4 400s on the Tuesday, and then I did some 6 miles round about a steady pace, so it was about 7:30s, and then I raced the Daffodil 10k. So I went into the Daffodil 10k wanting to get like a low 36, and then a couple of people that went down with, so Dan Cav, Andy Sykes, they both said it's quite a bumpy course, so don't get my hopes up basically. And went out, and I was going out at goal pace, but as you're going down the out and back on the, did you say it was the A555?
A555, yeah.
And you're coming back up, and you just don't realise how much it climbs. But then, as soon as you go around that second hairpin turn, and you're going back down the hill, you're thinking, thank God, but my quads are knackered anyway. So it was one of the first races as well where I went into, and I just didn't have really any expectation. I think I did it a couple of times last year actually. So I didn't feel loads of pressure. I got in a really good group. There was about 4 or 5 of us. A lad I used to go to school with, he was just in front of me constantly. I was like, oh God, can't even get past him. And he finished about 5-6 seconds in front of me. But the one thing about the Daffodil 10k, that hill
at the end.
Yeah. So Sam said to me, he did it last year, and he said, make sure you run the hill in your warm up. But I didn't realise it was when you go out, you go down the hill, and then you go back up a hill, and then you go out, and then as you come back, you go down and up. And I got to the bottom of the hill on my watch, and I think it said like 35-40, and I thought, God, it's only 200 metres up there, I can smash this. And then a minute and a half later, I'm crossing the line.
It's a finish.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm really happy with the way that went, especially like mentally. There was loads of times where I just thought to myself, I can stop here. And that's one thing I've struggled with. But we got in a really good group. I'd highly recommend the 10k. I'll be signing up for that next year. And I think I can do it a bit more justice than 37.05. But they were saying it was about 90 seconds based on like a flat course. So 90 seconds to 2 minutes. So that puts me in quite good stead, because that had dropped me down.
When I ran it 2 years ago, I did 34.5 there, and then I did 33.01 at Salford 10k. In April. March.
So yeah, happy with that. So we've got I was telling Sean before, I've got quite a few monster sessions in this week now. So I've got 3x1k, and then 800 metres, and then two sets of them. And then I've got a big 19 miler at the weekend, but 17 miles of that is at around about 7-minute miles. So mentally, I look at that and go, oh shit, how am I going to be able to handle that?
But you will.
But yeah, I always find that I look at the sessions and I go, I can't do that.
Yeah.
Just
think get out and do it. And
when we were talking before, we mentioned Middlewood as a good place, but I know Park Road's boring, but I did a couple of my sort of more punchy marathon runs on there. So not a session, just 18 miles at an effort.
Yeah.
I did it on there just to get me in the zone. You've got a bit of access to your drinks and things like that if you need it. And
I might have a look at doing that.
Laps are it's just in my mind easier to tick off the miles.
Yeah, how far is one?
3k.
1.7ish, miles. Yeah.
So yeah, you can just tick them off, can't you?
Especially if the weather's a bit crappy, it'll be better underfoot than Middlewood.
Yeah, I've heard Middlewood's can be a bit muddy.
You can put your drinks out on the lap as
Half
well,
the Salford
can't you?
Harriers were on Middlewood Way on Sunday, I think.
Yeah. It is particularly wet at the minute. I just had a spell of wet weather, but hopefully it'll dry out a bit more by weekend.
Yeah, hoping to start it in some of these sessions now, and then because I've got Grindleford Gallop, there's going to be quite a lot of hill work in there as well, so there's some hill work on Thursday. But yeah, enjoying it. Over to you, Katie.
Fab. Well, I'm trying to get back in a routine as always. I go a bit wild over Christmas and out of routine, so I'm still trying to get back. I always do this, don't I, when there's a marathon looming. But I'm trying to get back into my routine of easy run Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, some sort of effort, speed, like tempo, easy Wednesday, Friday, rest, and then Saturday, it's been cross-country at the minute, or it will be like park run for effort, and then Sunday long run. So for the last 2 weeks, I've tried to just get back into some sort of routine. I've got nothing written down, no plan or anything, but I've been trying to follow that as much as I can. So last Saturday it was the South East Lancs cross country. As we've already said, I was 3rd overall in that race, so finished 3rd in the league. So happy with that. Shout out to the girls who pushed me, Claire and Rachel, Marshall, and a few others as well that we kind of did have a bit of a battle with. So yeah, it's always good. I love that league. Everyone's always friendly. And a big shout out as well to Ariane, one of my team is from East Cheshire, who's under 20, so she's just started running the same distance as us and the senior ladies. So yeah, shout out to her. And then on last Sunday, I did a long off-road 15 miles. Just decided I need to start increasing my mileage, but I'm not really feeling much speed in a long run yet. So I just went off on my own, did 15 miles off-road. So that was all right. And then this Saturday, again, did the Northern Cross Country Championships in Pontefract. Again, wasn't feeling it beforehand, but actually built into it and managed to pick quite a few people off in the second lap. So on the first lap, when I went past the guy who was doing the counting, I think I was 72nd and I ended up finishing 55th. So yeah, managed to pick quite a few off and felt stronger as the race went on. Was 3rd vet 40 in the results, even though I'm now vet 45, but if they still want to count me as 40, I'll have that. Then on Sunday I did a long hilly run with Helen Ansell and Paul Minton. That was tough on tired legs. So we did 17 miles, like 2,000 feet of elevation. And Helen's just like a machine. She makes it just look easy. But I was tired. But anyway, got it done and ticked it off. So nothing to shout home about, but I do feel like at least I'm getting the mileage in. So for the last 2 weeks, I've done like 47 miles and 50 miles. So I keep thinking to myself, panicking. Everyone's doing marathon training, like you said, on week 5 of a block. And I keep saying I've not even started yet. But really, that's 2 weeks of marathon training, really, into, I suppose, because I've done mileage and some speed work. But what I've not done a lot of gym work or swimming over the past 2 weeks, just because life's been busy, started a new job and one thing and another. So I need to get back into a routine, because I did feel better when I was training for Berlin. I did that like 10-week plan, so I've still got time, but I really knuckled down and got my gym work and everything on track. So from this week now, I need to just get my head down and try to just be a bit more focused. Then I'm going to do the last cross country at Heaton Park. Then I'm not doing the nationals. I've decided I'm not going to do it. It's too far to go, and I need to really concentrate on getting on the roads now.
Have you got any road races in your build up then?
No, I've not got anything booked. So again, I probably need to look at it.
Yeah.
I'm always in denial and don't like really.
Good to get in a 10k or something.
Yeah. Actually, I've not booked it yet, but I want to do the Media City half.
Okay.
Oh, actually, and I've got Wilmslow booked.
Okay. The half or the 10k?
The half.
The half,
yeah. Wilmslow half, yeah. And I was thinking Media City half.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but I could probably I'll do a few park runs for like 5k speed and probably need to get a 10k in there. Yeah. But yeah, I did find for Berlin that shorter block did work for me. So I just need to stop panicking what everyone else is doing. Like I say, because I suppose what I am doing are the foundations to a more like focused block, aren't they? So
comparison is the thief of joy.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm in my own lane. I'm fine. I've still got time. That's me, Sean.
So yeah, I had if you remember on the last one, I'd had a good turnaround since Valencia. I think I did 74 miles, 82 miles. But then I did a 58-mile week, and last week was 16 miles.
16?
Yeah, a little bit of a fall from grace.
Oh dear.
So reason being is I've just had a little bit of an injury issue. So where were we on the last episode? Oh yeah, so I was back onto double days, doing 60 in the morning, 30 in the evening.
Yeah, bit of treadmill.
Managed to get myself onto the track a couple of times, and if you remember, I was looking forward to getting back training with the Salford group down at Sports City. Yeah. So which I did. So I got down there, Mark and a couple of others. We did a bit of what they started doing now is topping and tailing that session with a bit of threshold work, and then doing shorter VO2 max stuff. And because it's a bit shorter, I did a little bit of threshold in the morning on the treadmill, but it just felt great to be. That's the fastest I've run for ages. Yeah. And even though it's painful, that sense of, that felt good, to get running fast again and be pulled round a little bit. And I was a bit off where I was last time I went, but I couldn't really gone any better, to be honest with you. Next morning I got out, 75 minutes easy, no problems. Thursday morning, I've titled it the worst run ever, stomach and ankle pain.
I saw that, yeah.
Yeah, so I went out for a curry the night before, and I got to the furthest possible point away from home and realised that I was in trouble.
Oh, no.
Because I'd had a chicken tikka vindaloo.
Oh, no.
The night before. And I thought, at this point, I need to get home quickly. But my ankle was really sore, so I couldn't run. And if I'd have had my phone with me, which I'm constantly told I should have my phone with me, and I think we've covered this in the past, I would have just phoned Claire to come and get me. Yeah. So I just started, 8:53 was the pace on this run, because I was just hobbling and stopping with my cramping my stomach and thinking, I just want to be home.
Oh, no.
So next morning I tried to run, no chance. Couldn't run the next morning, so I was back on the elliptical then.
Was that your ankle though? Then,
ankle, yeah. I'd been to the toilet by this point. And then I just thought, right, just shut it down now. Elliptical for a few days. By Sunday, it felt really good, so I thought, I'm not going to do a full long run. I'm going to do 13 miles, which I did. Felt like I could have gone longer because there was no real pain there, more of an awareness. But then the day after, again, I couldn't run at all. It was so painful. So I was pretty annoyed with myself because I was back on the elliptical then all week, and that was why I only did 16 miles. And all of those 16 miles really were little 30-minute tests here and there, to be honest with you. So that's where I am right now. I am back running. So I did an hour yesterday, 45 minutes today, and I'm just supplementing everything with elliptical. So tomorrow will be elliptical probably in the morning, run in the evening or the other way around. Going to try my first session Wednesday, 4x5 minutes, and then if that goes well, I can do another one Saturday. And just an hour. I've only been told to try an hour on weekend. Just so annoyed because this is exactly where I was at the beginning of the Valencia block. Just not getting going, and like to your point, Katie, looking around, you're on week 3 or whatever.
Week 5, he said.
And just like messing about. Just messing about.
Do you think it was the track that's done it?
I don't know, because it was fine at the track and it was fine the next day.
Yeah.
And then it was sort of halfway around on that run where I was struggling with my stomach. It just started.
Must have been the curry.
I didn't. You know what? Sometimes you get these things when you're out on a run, so it starts hurting. And to be honest, once I got home, showered and changed, and obviously sorted out the curry situation, I kind of forgot about it for the day, and I couldn't really feel it when I was walking. But then when I got up the next morning and ran, I just thought, no chance, just had to go straight back home. It was just there, really painful. So
it's so frustrating.
Been to see Chelsea, and she's released some really tight muscles in my shin, sort of between your shin and calf, down the side. And I mean, painful. And she said, that's your problem right there. Which I thought, it feels that way.
She don't mess about, Chelsea, does she? When I go, I can't stand it when she's touching my calves, and she doesn't have
it's really, but it's worked because instant good. Really. There's no way I could run after that, but the next day, the pain had gone. So basically, what's happening is the tightness is pulling on my peroneal tendon in the outside. So on the outside of your ankle, you've got your ankle bone, and then it swoops underneath and attaches to the bottom of your foot. Right. So it stops your ankles doing that, and that's where it was really painful. And it's not a nice pain, like people say, as long as it's below a 3, you're alright, but it's just horrible. It's sharp, and it means you're not running properly. Yeah. But since that treatment, to be honest, it's just got better and better and better each day now. I had a weekend in the Lake District this weekend, not running, drinking beer and doing walking. So that was probably good timing, actually. So let's just see how this week goes. My plan is to do, like I say, a little mini session Wednesday, 45-minute runs, no more than that. Another one Saturday, an hour Sunday, and then fingers crossed might be able to do something better the week after. Yeah.
Here's hoping.
Yeah, it's going in the right direction. I'm just so fed up with it all at the minute. Every time I get going, it's just like that.
The thing is, runs like the one you described, they are no fun whatsoever, are they, Sean?
It's just horrible, yeah.
There's no enjoyment in them at all.
No.
Yeah. Everyone says like, "Oh, you'll never regret a run." Well,
yeah.
sorry, that was a shower of shit. That was
literally, yeah.
It was horrible.
Oh.
Yeah, so rankle and just wanted to be home, and I had to be in the office as well. So I was running late for work subsequently because I'm expecting to knock out 8 miles in an hour.
Yeah,
and I'm like an hour and 15 minutes, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm not only am I in trouble, I'm late. My ankle's sore, proper fed up I was.
Oh.
So that's it. More good news.
Yeah, and I believe you got a discussion point for us, Sean.
Yeah. So discussion point just relates back to the Salford 10K being cancelled. So, I mean, we know a little bit about this, don't we? The challenges of putting a race on. So it is becoming harder and harder now with more barriers to put races on. You know, as roads get busier as well, and closing roads becomes more difficult. And also, clubs now having to compete with events companies who are set up for this. Does that mean that grassroots clubs will struggle in the future? Because that's where a lot of their income comes from.
I was thinking about this when you put this in the group, and you'll find that a lot of the club races a lot of them are trail. They're probably about 80% trail over road, and because they get away with it being that way because they don't need the road closures, they're into a park, they're going through here, there, and everywhere. Like it's like with the Black Knight Charge, we do end up crossing a road, and when we put in the requirement into Tameside Council, they turn around and say you can't have traffic management because you'd have to pay for that. You just have to advise the runners that they are crossing a road, and as an adult you should be able to cross the road. So I think going forward, I prefer seeing the trail races over the road races for the clubs. But I think people have got to understand that if it's going to be a closed road, they've got to understand that they've got to pay the money to go into a closed road race, because that's where the majority of that
I can't think of a single club organised race in the local area that's on closed roads.
No.
Not a single one.
No, even I think the Abingdon Marathon is the last marathon organised by a club in the UK. And I don't think that's closed roads. So that's a marathon.
Stockport 10 is open roads. Salford 10K was open roads.
Yeah.
And then if I think of other club races, SELCC in the park. The half marathon is at the Oldham one. That's on open roads.
Yeah. That's true, it is,
They even have you cross the road in that one.
I think that's the thing though, isn't it? Clubs really haven't got the finance to put up front to close the roads.
I think also because it's relying on volunteers. They probably don't have... it's so arduous putting the risk assessments together and dealing with the paperwork. I mean, I used to organise Trafford 10K when it was an Altrincham Athletic Club event, and it was just becoming too much. You know, the council were asking more of you, UK Athletics were asking more of you. I just said to the committee, I can't do this anymore.
So
no one wanted to take it on at the club for the same reasons. So it ended up, it was either the race disappears, or someone else takes it on. Unfortunately, Run North West took it on.
Is that how it works? So an events company like Run North West, are they able to do the things that a club couldn't do?
Yeah. Because they've got the infrastructure to deal with it, and it's not reliant on volunteers. There's people who actually...
They've got staff, haven't they?
It's their job to do it.
That's one thing I was going to say. When it's someone's job to do it, it ends up being a lot easier for somebody to go forward and do it rather than a volunteer.
Getting volunteers is really difficult, isn't it, for anything?
Because if you turn around to someone and say, right, next year I need you to organise this, and you've got to do it in your own time outside of work at night, and then you've got to speak to the council, you've got to try and find time in the day to speak to the council when you're working.
It's a bit like when we had the Christmas episode, and here's a little bugbear of mine. When I wasn't having a pop at run clubs, but I mentioned run clubs because I just feel there's a massive running boom on at the minute. It's never ever been more popular. And running clubs aren't benefiting from that running boom. No. They're not.
No.
Influencers are, run clubs are, events companies are, running clubs are.
Brands definitely are.
Brands are. If it wasn't for running clubs, none of this would even exist.
No.
And you'll have a lot of influencers and people in run clubs that do want to end up doing the races, but they might end up not knowing about local club races. They might not know about the Black Knight Charge. They might not know about certain ones, and it is getting that advertised. But to certain influencers, for instance, another bugbear of yours.
No, don't get me wrong. I'm not having a go at any of them, but I just think that running clubs,
it's just by the nature.
Even London Marathon, they're squeezing out club runners.
Yeah.
It's just everything. The tide is just against.
But something like
clubs.
the Black Knight Charge wouldn't appeal to somebody that's there for creating content for clicks, for instance, because it's not going to be a PB course. You're going to run a 6 mile race, and you're probably going to run it 5-6 minutes slower than you would do a normal road race. So, yeah.
They are great, those club races though, aren't they?
Yeah.
You know, like Brighton Trail, and they create such a... They're just brilliant in terms
great
of
atmosphere,
clubs
isn't it, in the
coming
clubhouse
together,
afterwards. But I mean, we're digressing slightly here, but it is relevant to the conversation. So I was looking at the number of finishers in the Northern Cross Country at the weekend. To Sean's point about clubs suffering, there was 317 finishers in the senior men's race.
Yeah.
In 2022, it was 516, so it's almost halved. 2020, 584. In 2003 there was 710, so that's a massive drop, and it's a continual decline. And I do think that a lot of this is that people are now getting used to not travelling to events. So the Manchester Leagues are becoming more popular, but because there's so many road races nowadays, because running is booming, people get used to not travelling. So you got the Northerns at Pontefract, which isn't in reality that far away.
No, it was an hour.
And traditionally that would have been really well supported by clubs, but the numbers are dropping.
Yeah, we didn't even have full...
rapidly.
There was only me and Alicia from East Cheshire. We didn't even have a full team.
Yeah.
I mean, the people listening to this are just not aware of that at all. That's really clear, that, isn't it? And I think the message is just, look, you know, if there are club races on, do support them, volunteer, get involved. Because once it's gone, it's gone.
Yeah. And I do think those local club races do tend to be, like in the summer, all those trail races locally by the local clubs do tend to get, you know, sold out.
Well, people want them, that's the thing.
They do.
Salford 10K is popular, people want it.
Them.
It's just getting it on, isn't it?
Yeah.
See Callum nodding, he's aware of time.
Yeah, time. Okay, so next episode is an interview with a couple from Stockport Harriers, Stephen and Sarah Brown. So Steve's got PBs at the 5k 20:30, 10k 42 minutes, half marathon 1 hour 32, and the marathon 3 hour 15. And Sarah has PBs in the 5k 20:35, 10k 42 minutes, half marathon 1:33, and the marathon 3:20.